What happens when the income tax department finds that some income has not properly assessed or has escaped assessment? The question is whether the assessing officer can reopen the assessment. Yes, it is possible. Income escaping assessment can be reassessed as per section 147 of the Income Tax Act 1961. But you have to remember that it is as per the provisions of the Income Tax Act 1961. So the first procedure is when the income tax department will get a clear indication that some income has not assessed or it has escaped assessment. Assessee has not revealed the correct income. Then assessing officer will send a notice to the taxpayer or the assessee under section 148. Please remember, income escaping assessment under section 147, but the notice is served under section 148. Now, after getting the notice, taxpayer has to submit the revised income tax returns. Income tax officer will scrutinize that, and assessee has to make the final payment. So this is how the reassessment is completed. So what are the situations under which income escaping assessment is done? One is assessee has not revealed the correct income. Then he is trying to do tax evasion. He has not disclosed the correct income, or some part income only he has revealed. Any other information income tax department is getting from their vigilance department. So they have a strong vigilance department to collect the information. All these circumstances can be a reason for doing income escaping assessment. Now, what are the advantages? They can avoid tax evasion. They will not allow the revenue loss for the government. They will collect the revenue for the government. That is a requirement for the developmental activities. So no, they will give a strong message to the assessee that the complete income has to be revealed while filing the tax returns. Then what are the disadvantages? This will create problem for the assessee and the income tax department. So the assessee has to provide correct information, and the assessing officer also, it's a double work for them. They have to reassess all that. So it can create disputes, it can create misunderstanding between the assessee and the income tax department. It can create all the problems. So we have to remember that whenever the income tax department is getting an information, some income escaped assessment, or the assessee has not revealed the correct income, the income tax department will serve a notice under section 148 of the Income Tax Act. Then the assessee has to resubmit his returns, and the assessing officer will again scrutinize that, and they will finalize. So the procedure will be, again they will have to resort to the procedure with the help of the assessee and the income tax department. So this is giving the clear indication that it is better to be transparent in giving information to the income tax department than trying to be doing tax evasion or tax concealment, because it will come to the assessee itself has to pay the price for that.